as we speak this morning, still now, close at for no MI, civil service and local government service workers now, one more come who are bombono, one more so pay neutrality allowance. My main engineer Isaac Monkote, local government expert, any and come. Engineer, morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Na Mbombo called there.
Yeah.
Unia, no, engineer.
Sa pepe. Akonika was a cry.
I see. But my ending command pay. Local service workers, woman, was civil service. I was strike for the past 3 to 4 days. Say, yeah, because I still now one resume. NLC. My assurance, and they say hopefully be by the close of and now one more to me a resume. The operations at the municipalities, district assemblies, Mami NTO, a choir benso and assemblies never far. One be ye Juma, one more be ye Juma generating internal funds, and one winner no entity fee.
Ocean Libalona. Every employee, you have the means of negotiating for your salary and then condition of service. And if you form an association, then the association is presumed to be doing that work for you. And enshrined in the Labor Act, no say it means negotiating. So not a threat for negotiations. I will say employers am I aso na ye kwohwe de SSA brano no we have to allow such things to happen. Now there's this issue of introduction of neutrality allowance. Now every medical me preamble no me wo right, say me negotiating for me condition of service and then salary. And he said, yeah, this item yaba employer no abine. For that matter, abine per committee headed by Yero Sapumafu and a very strong team. And then they decided to negotiate. And then Yakubi or Bedia Yakubi. So from 2019, 2020, 2021, what is stopping the government from effecting payment? Because Unawako Jakin say, I will pay this amount.
Okay.
And then we have issues to grant with central government. The breaking the back of workers, closer any ammonia like local government, civil say most at time in the negotiations now.
Yeah.
The immediate tool I use inflationary trend. At time negotiating inflation was good, around 8 point something. But all of a sudden, the inflation is now, in fact, it has reached the madness level. I could do 20%. So what do you expect the people to do? Their purchasing power has shrunk in a way. And meanwhile, and therefore from you are negotiating data. So then it becomes a problem.
But engineer, we know your allowance, we know any salary increment per se, and why should that necessitate a strike action by the local government service workers?
Now, I have never liked strike. Me Ajuma close to 30 years. I at a point was a management union, PMS. And I never liked strike. We will negotiate. I make sure say we have the room to negotiate. But what I'm driving at, whether it is allowance, it is salary, it's about remuneration.
Yeah.
So accumulated allowance can become some substantive amount of money between for during this period. Yeah. Because from 2019, 2020, 2021, say 5% of your basic and gross crana who accumulating, my friend, a substantive amount of money. So you can't tell me say a allowance, no, we must go for it.
No, what I'm saying is we know any substantive salary and when the allowance a buying amma one more the assurance a buying a bit here from January to April the Rebecca say Bosome 9. Why should that really trigger the actions as you say one more thing now leaving the work they are supposed to do no behind?
Yeah, but if central government allows the strike to take over, you don't blame anybody because may catch us they concluded the negotiation in 2019. So if they concluded 2019, what happened the whole 2019? What happened like even in the middle of 2019? What happened in 2019 and 2020? Nothing happened. So you don't turn around. I'm surprised you are saying this because if you went to negotiations with your management and they have refused to pay up to date, I'm not sure you are going to be happy.
Yes, but I don't know maybe does it warrant a strike action?
It warrants more than strike. They should by now be hitting the street to demand their remuneration. It is part of their remuneration. You can't blame them. There's nothing like allowance you warrant or salary. No, it is remuneration. It falls under what we call remuneration. Yes, and so far as people are expending their labor, they must be equally remunerated. It is simple. Why don't we ask Abai say, Mr. Abaye,
but the mere signing of an agreement tells you say Abai has shown a level of commitment. And
so the people also staying for a whole year and a half, getting to 2 years, they have overly shown good faith. So in this Abai and Kojian Tumua and Kamia don't have a problem. But because I'm sure 2019, the next 2020, it's Abai that will benefit Kojian.
No, my concern is that one motive here, you man can say here. Assemblies needed to Sika or Mobet Niano, Ninano for the last few days or Moko, no Ninano, Abai cannot recoup that particular funds. One may know. Sika may be able to have a Moka.
But that is why Abai should have known better to have paid. Because one who creates canon. And if you had paid that, this wouldn't have arisen in the first place. Medical actually will say within this short period, no inflation be no and close at 4 workers in any job and now multimedia managing. Are you telling them say they should go back to the office and start pilfering, start stealing, start manipulating figures so that they can survive? And then later, you, the same people, will go back and lambast them, call them names. Because if you are expending your labor, you must be remunerated. As simple as that.
Yes, but I don't know, engineer, what kind of salary? They receive their monthly salaries, right?
I am saying, monthly salary are dwindled within this short period. When inflation moves, main factor here negotiations in the inflation. Apart from that, there are other
engineer. What kind of dwindle? I may disagree because this year I buy almost 7% increment. Last year we saw a 4% increment. And no, I affect you. But if you are affected, but if you are negotiating for allowances, I will free say a bit me about Jume dear. should that allowance, whilst you are on the negotiation table, warrant a strike action? Are they being fair to the Republic in any ways?
Well, you can say that, but they also need their money. As I told you earlier on, I have been a union leader at the management level. I never liked strike. I never supported strike. I will always negotiate and make sure the right thing is done. But of course, I didn't work under Abai because we had sending Abai CTT workers now. Abai is not always fair. They have to stretch and then they get to these areas and sana the monies are released. It's not good. And show good faith in the labor front. But at the same time, we have to look at the general overview of salaries across the whole country. Nancy Mahmoud are not happy with the salaries and condition of service for some SOEs. I mean, CEOs of SOEs.
Yes.
It means sending wrong signal. Emma, the commons worker. And management of the union cannot help it. Especially when their people are overly grumbling. And the transportation inflation one figures now. They figure for them. And you use it out. And he said, Nipano, episode, cleaning a coma. Now, on Fanny Sanko, bought a bicycle, on fire, will be bad, my uncle Gigi, not a so yet money clean. Nothing, I buy so because I don't want the situation that we are going to see there. I buy pretend to be paying, and then the workers also pretend to be working. And no, we won't get the results. So what I say, and the salary is okay, and the allowances should be left somehow. No, it doesn't work like that.
No, but that is not what I'm saying, though. But I mean, this away, the term now, one kasa any rationale, one more day, a bargaining for this allowance, neutrality allowance. Local government service workers, one more neutral to an extent, sir. You bet you are music for remaining neutral now.
They are anticipating that they will be neutral as everybody is pushing. Not necessarily say they are neutral, but they are anticipating. And then,
but if they are now anticipating there, then there is no need of the payment. Anna.
No, that one they've gone beyond that because somebody has gone to agree. I mean, during negotiations, somebody has accepted and signed, communicate to that effect. It's finished. And we are not going to revisit the topic. No. In the law court, if you finish your argument and something come up, you are now going to tell the judge there, I've forgotten this, so I'm coming back. No, it doesn't work like that. The negotiation, you go beyond that. So don't bring that aspect. Yes. They've gone beyond that. And somebody who is the employer agreed. Whether it is justified or not, somebody agreed. Unless you say no, the person who agreed didn't have the locus to be there. And let's revisit it. That's a different argument. So whether they are neutral or they intended to be neutral or they have been neutral a long time ago is immaterial.
No, it has to be considered because Ejuma Womo active partisan politics for which we are to pay them. Yenfa taxpayers' money, Emma Womo 20% of their basic salary. Now, question is how neutral do we have within our local government service? And for a year, Juma Wohono, Womo neutral and Womo Yanisay, in which sense? Why should the state pay for that?
Whoever did the negotiation on the part of central government, or I don't know what he saw, because I quite remember public admin level 600. Now, payment of RICS allowance or non-payment became a topic that you have to debate and write a paper. Now, Oshesene argument this is a corner. Now, interesting because some people who were arguing say yes, we see the risk is there. The Juma will risk will you have applied and you have been trained to work in that area. So why do we pay risk allowance? Ultimately,
yes.
But some people also say yes, the risk is there, and in anticipation, say we want this allowance. Now I am there because if you know there is risk, you need training, and if you have been given the necessary training, why do you put your hand there when you know there is risk?
I see.
And bringing it back to this issue, there are instances that the head of the assembly, it's a political animal. You know that.
Yes.
He has been appointed by the president.
Yes.
Now he comes up with a program that is politically motivated. Now you, as a civil servant working under him, you might not support it. But because your boss, and or the topic in Abano, you are being compelled to play the political game alongside the project and the program. Meanwhile, the office is saying you have to be neutral. What do you do? And they are saying they want to be neutral as maximum as they can.
No, but engineer, for instance, if an MC you be a introduce policy, and a DC and a mayor a introduce policy. Now we are civil servant, we are local government service person. Now we disagree based on thoughts, any experience or any knowledge acquisition. That cannot be classified as doing partisan politics.
Na oni oyire no ma eti kokomlemle omuko school morning star na yakukuru because of sa ayina one pensono yakukuru ni eduko tetrem etre o ba bia obede na o mana ko morning star school no I say only eyeduma won kan ha na onu nya transfer enko ho embeka ho ho a over there survive some of these things must be planned ahead. Say do 5 years you will be given transfer, that is fine, but not when some of these things comes up because of punitive action via obi take because you decided not to. I know somebody who currently has been kicked to somewhere in central region from Greater Accra because he refused to do something. Meanwhile, everybody expects you to do that thing, to refuse. But the punishment in a woman, you don't have the slightest idea. And if the people during negotiations say, we want to maintain our neutrality, and if you want us to skew this thing, then we need some allowances. Because if somebody comes and the person punishes us, at least the idea allowances need the ABB.
But what the allowance guarantee as the neutrality?
That is this question should go to whoever led central government negotiations. Because Matisse, another minister, it is not necessarily a neutrality allowance, but it was about salary increment. I don't know. I didn't hear from him speaking, but somebody told me that a minister made that suggestion. Then I want to find myself in a situation. I don't know who to believe in this debate or this argument because it doesn't make sense to say for the fear other workers jumping onto the cable. No, let's coin it as a neutrality or whatever it is. I don't get it. It doesn't add up. But if somebody said it, I'm yet to find out whether it is true or not. So he said that.
Okay.
And whether neutrality, it is main salary, whatever it is, no. The bottom line is central government. Extra expenditure at the count.
All right.
And utia wepe oma kali na as so many to say anajube omo say any least mistake I better ko tia bibi no mu na because utie brother ba or massive na say ye ni yabre enti aban hwenie. This goes to tell you, say, about managing the situation here. Now, labor front, you know, there will be chaos.
All right. Engineer, no problem. Now, I say.
Yes, thank you.
Me that say, Engineer Amon Conte, local government experts, and I permanent, I think, come on, bringing us exactly 1 minute after 8.